because you frustrated. So that's the first thing, frustration, not anger. You become angry, and then you feel like you need to do something.
Let me ask you this. Do you think that comes from, like, you remember how, like, growing up, man, being a black kid in America, you know what I mean? You know, our parents never believed in, like, getting us, like, help with things. They used to tell us to just deal with it. You be all right. You know what I mean? It just always was kind of, like, tough on us. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, but I feel like it's with this situation, you gotta remember too, like, you know, when I was 13, I think the only first person shooter game was out at that time was GoldenEye. Mm-hmm. Let's just take a step back for a second, right? They've desensitized the art of murder. Like back in that time, like I said, the only game that was consistent to that was GoldenEye, 007.
Oh yeah.
These niggas got Call of Duty, all this shit. I'm not blaming the games on some cheeseball shit. I'm talking about the desensitized, the videos on YouTube. YouTube, Facebook. I done seen it plenty of times where I watch a nigga be on live and get popped. Live. Me and my man was watching that shit. And I remember we both was saying that, like, yo, why we even watching this shit, yo? Yeah. When Nipsey Hussle got murdered, why did we watch that shit? That's why I ain't watch when King Von's shit came out. I ain't watch it, dog. I said I can't do this shit no more. I'm not watching this shit, bro. This ain't no pussy shit. I don't need to see that, homie. Whatever went down that day, that's between that man and God, dog. You feel what I'm saying? But that ain't for my brain to digest and normalize and say, well, that's just life. So honestly, it's that part. Because a lot of shit wreck your heart, you know what I'm saying? And then they force you to be this way because of the conditions of life. But what I'm saying is that the young dudes, I think that at the end of the day, the reason that they so susceptible to the influence is because when you see like quick success from 0 to 60, why wouldn't you emulate it? Why wouldn't you emulate the behavior? You understand what I'm saying? Let's keep it real. We always taught in the hood, like, you know, the baddest nigga got all the shit. He got all the bad bitches, got all the money, got all the weight, whatever. Let's keep it real. But it take a person, you know what I'm saying, to eventually grow, because that's what you're supposed to do. And unfortunately, a lot of these dudes going to meet their demise before they get to grow. That's just the reality of it. Shit. That's why, like I said, no dick around shit. That's why I fuck with Von so much. When I would listen to him, you know, Taka, it was almost like listening to somebody from around the way that I really like was sitting beside. You feel what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And when Cuz talked about, you know, the difference between growing up and not really wanting to gangbang at all, and then just being, I remember he specifically said that, and it was very similar to Crenshaw type shit, where Nip didn't decide to go be no 60s Crip. He was around a 60s Crip. It was 60 block. You feel what I'm saying? Like, it wasn't nothing else. You had no choice. If you didn't join the gang, you was gonna get the shit beat out you every day.
Man, it's just like a hood. When you live
same fucking. It's the same thing.
It's the same shit.
There is no difference.
Yeah.
I was just thinking about this shit earlier when I was thinking about some shit that went on in our little area in Walker Mill, where the up top niggas didn't fuck with the down bottom niggas. Literally. And we was in the same fucking vicinity. And it reminded me of 64 and 63rd. Same thing. Englewood and Crenshaw. Shit like that. Well, that shit right there. Gas station in Walker Mill, or what they call Hilltop, Walker Mill. Motherfuckers around the corner from each other.
Right.
So that's what I mean. It's like you can't really put you can't sugarcoat this shit. That's all I'm gonna say. And I say this shit till I turn blue. Like, if you know that you have a brain and you have enough capacity to do something, take yourself a step further, go do that. That's my advice. Go do that. Cause this shit not gonna stop. Especially when you got niggas people confused. People confused. They don't know what to do. And that's just how I look at shit too. Like, the young niggas don't know what to do. When you see, that's what I mean by word of mouth. When everybody in the hood, the word of mouth is, man, shit, I ain't going to school. That you gonna get in the debt for nothing. When the word of the mouth is, fuck these bitches. I'm trying to hit these thoughts and move through this joint, and that ain't no shot on nobody. But I'm just saying, when you hear these narratives, you very young. You don't really know how to distinguish what's really true and what's factual, and especially when you go back in the house and you ain't got somebody in the house to unclog some of that shit. And that's what I mean. Like, it's a nice collection of variables when it come down to these young niggas. And that last one that I'm gonna speak on is that last piece, that father figure, or even that mother figure who got enough sense to be able to break, like, you know what I'm saying, diffuse some of that bullshit, that clutter that's coming through your pipeline. But if you ain't got that, man, you ain't got it, and that's fucked up. It's not fair, but some niggas gonna learn through prison, unfortunately. Some niggas gonna learn through a life sentence, unfortunately. Because they didn't have another way to learn from someone else being there to provide that rock for them. But, I just say, I ain't gonna tell them, I'll put the guns down, stop the violence, fuck all that. That's unrealistic. These niggas ain't gonna listen to you no way. All I can say is to those, the wise ones, you good at something, you could draw, you good as shit at motherfucking collecting cards, you good as shit at fishing, you good as shit at, you good as shit at, building model planes. Man, go get yourself away from these people. Once you start seeing niggas do dumb shit and fucks, you get away from them because they time is short. That's my advice. Ain't no point in speaking to niggas ain't no point in speaking on dead is, right? You feel what I'm saying? Like, I ain't gonna speak in motherfuckers fall on dead is. Yeah. So I'm gonna speak for the motherfuckers who may be pressure in terms of, like, feeling like they don't fit in, or feeling like they should maybe start doing this shit because they not doing it and they not popular and the girls not rocking with them. That's who I'm speaking to. I don't care about, like, niggas want to pop poles and do all that shit and do nut shit, keep shooting up niggas' houses and granny's house and kids and babysitters and all that. Hey, man, like, that's just, that's just the nature of it, dog.
I feel like, it's just like kind of like an animal kingdom we in, man. No, seriously, I really do. I really feel like we in like a animal kingdom, like, you know what I mean? And it's just like, niggas is real life out here, just trying to prey on people, bruh. Mm-hmm. Prey on them, bruh. And it's just like one of those things, man, because I the funny thing is, let's go back to the old heads, man. Our old heads, we was taught to fight. You know what I mean? We used to, my father, shout out to Popcorn.
Hey, Popcorn for sure.
Popcorn always used to taught me how to fight. You know what I mean? He used to show me some things, and then even Black and Ricky. Those two of my stepfathers.
Mm-hmm. For sure.
And they always all said, like, all that shit is not worth it. It's not worth it. And we got it, and I think it's at this time it's us. You know what I mean? We gotta do better, man. It's just like educating these kids, man, and showing them that certain things is just not accepted. You like shooting a 1-year-old, and this kid was shot multiple times, man.
Yeah, man. I mean, it's just. I mean, but I just look at it like You know, first of all, you know, when you saying always, you gotta think, man, a lot of them dudes came from a different time, man. You know, it's just like when I mentioned on my shit when I